It's Check It Out! This week on Check It Out, Geoff will share with you the best iPad video app that you've never used.
And Simon's gonna go exploring in Google Sheets. And Greg's gonna show you how to set your Gchat status.
And meet Mihao on this week's edition of Meet the Tech Folks.
Check it out! The best iPad video software that you've never used. Last week our rocking tech coach Greg showed how to make cool titles and effects using Keynote. Another way you can make titles or add special effects is to use the iPad or the iPhone app Apple Clips. This is how I solved my maths problem. First I had to turn the Apple Clips is a very versatile and underused video making app. It's made by Apple, so it just works. It's free and is available on iPads and iPhones. To start a new project, all you need to do is hit the plus button. You can take video directly in the app by using the camera button. You can import video or photos by using the library option, or there are pre-existing posters, like the ones I use for the titles of this movie. Once you have some video or images, you can do some pretty cool stuff. You can add filters to make your video look like it's a comic book or a watercolor painting. You can also add labels and stickers to create titles, speech bubbles, or add something extra and special to your video. You can add music, trim clips, adjust sound, and add live titles. Live titles are very cool. When they're turned on, it turns any spoken text into actual text, so students can see what they're saying. You can even go in and change the titles if you make a mistake or it doesn't translate it properly. There are so many opportunities for our EAL learners here. What I really love about Clips is that it's super easy to add special effects or captions to any video creation. It's great for explanation videos, lab reports, interviews, reviewing PE activities, or anything you and your students can think of. There's a heap of ideas and how-to guides in Apple's Everyone Can Create ebook. Everyone can create videos on an iPad. Check it out online. When you do import a video, it's a bit different to using iMovie or other video editing software. What you need to do is re-record it in Clips. So basically, you're recording a video over the top of the existing video. Once you get your head around this, it's super easy and opens up a whole lot of new opportunities for student creations. Students can annotate and add labels and stickers to any existing videos. Clips is very much a low-entry, high-ceiling creation tool. Young kids can start using it straight away, and there are lots of options for older students. Once they get used to it, the possibilities really are endless. So I recommend check it out, have a play, but even better, show your students and set them free and see what they come up with. Remember, if you don't already have iPads in your classroom, we have iPads available in the tech office to be borrowed for students throughout the school.
Do you love flying through the trees in the jungle, or just simply getting amongst the cells and exploring? I love spreadsheets, and I love those numbers and letters, but sometimes it can be a little bit daunting. If you're not used to using spreadsheets, then a great tool to use is the Explore button, and you can find that down in the right hand corner. So at the moment I've got a column of names and some numbers related to those names. So if I come down to Explore, it's looking at what might be useful for the starter. And if I scroll down, it's given me some graphs that it might like, some different types of graphs. And if I liked one of those graphs, I can click on Insert this graph, or chart as they call it in Google Sheets. And there we have it. I've got my chart already placed nicely on my spreadsheet that I can use. I'm just going to get rid of that by just clicking on it and hitting the delete button. I can do alternate colors for the rows if I wish to. I can also ask it a question. I could ask it the maximum of, in this case, it's already given me the letter N1, or I could have chosen N2, hit the enter key, and it tells me that the maximum number is 8. I can just quickly verify that's correct, and it also, I can click here and see the formula, and there's the actual formula it's used. Now, instead of having to come over here to see this all the time, I can actually click on that formula, and I'm just going to put it right there, and I'm going to put maximum. So the maximum for that column is 8. I can do the same thing with, I want to find out what the average is. If I spell it correctly, what's the average of N2? Now I can always come here and change that N2 to N1, but here's my average here. I actually want to keep that. I'm going to see the formula. There's the formula there, and it's a good way to learn about formulas. I'm going to put that there. Average. And then we've got the answer there. Now, that's a few too many decimal points for me, so I'm just going to come down here, or up here, and click on decrease the decimal points. So, I can insert charts, I can get formulas to do calculations, and why we like to do calculations is if everyone who had got an 8 actually only got a 7, as I'm just changing here, we'll see that the maximum number was a 7 and the average has changed as well. The great things about using formulas. And if I just come back and click on ask about the starter, it's also giving me some options again. I might want to know what the correlation between N1 and N2 is. Let's click on that. And it's given me a chart, or I could click on formula, and this has got a correlation of negative 0.08. I'm just going to look and see what that formula looked like, and there it is there. So if I wanted to, I can drag across the formula here, so I've always got the correlation between the two columns of data. That means by using the Explorer, you can get out there and explore all those spreadsheets by asking questions you never thought possible. Happy spreadsheeting, everybody.
If you're like me, you've probably been in a meeting, teaching a class, or giving a very important presentation when something like this has happened. So today I want to show you how you can manage your Google Chat status to stop these notifications from interrupting you at an inopportune moment. In your Gmail inbox, you should see this token which shows your Google Chat status, and by default it's active. If you'd like to mute your notifications, change it to Do Not Disturb and choose an amount of time that you'd like to mute it for. Here I'll choose 30 minutes. Then the token will display the Do Not Disturb icon and how long your notifications will be muted. If you finish your class or your meeting early, you can always manually change it back to active by clicking on the token again. There are also other status options, such as Away. This won't mute your notifications, but it might let people know that you won't respond to their messages right away. You can also add a custom status using this menu. For example, if you're out sick all day and you want people to know that. And finally, if you really want to customize your Google Chat experience, you can go to the Chat Notification settings. This menu allows you to turn notifications on or off permanently and customize other settings, such as the sound. You can even block people or spaces who are getting on your nerves, but hopefully you'll never have to do that. So that's it, a few simple ways that you can manage your Google Chat status to avoid unwanted interruptions. Have a great week.
It's now time for Meet the Tech Folks, a weekly segment where you can learn more about the people who help technology run as smooth as Pavlos's voice. On this week's episode, we drop in on the Captain of Information Systems, Michał Kłobukowski.
Hi, my name is Michał. I'm Information System Manager. I'm administrating and developing school systems. In general, I'm collecting school data from different sources, and then I'm changing this data to the information for the teachers and school administrators. You can find me just near IT Director office. His room number is C155. My favorite Polish food is bigos. The easiest way to make this bigos is just ask my wife to do this. But of course you can try to cook by yourself. You need to cook sauerkraut with mushrooms, with sausage, with onion, and you have to cook everything more than 4 hours. In my free time, when weather is enough good outside, I love kayaking because in Poland is so many beautiful rivers. So this is what I really like. If you want to go kayaking, you can just go to the river which is really near for our school. This is Jeziorka River. You can start from Piaseczno and finish in Konstancin-Jeziorna city center.
Thanks for letting us stop by, Michał. Join us again next time for another episode of Meet the Tech Folks.